What's going on, my crew? This is Jay. Welcome to another episode of Jay's Adventures. And I'm happy to announce this part of the building is done, the outside. I'm very happy with the way it's pretty much worked out for... Look at all these trees. It's beautiful, and I love it. And we're going to take a look at the side in a second, but just take it all in for a second. And I decided not to go with any of these little vegetation pieces hanging off the top there. But there is going to be a download for this world in the description. It's not going to have today's episode's progress, but it will have the whole thing finished here. Look at that. Probably my favorite. But I was doing some thinking today, and we're going to ride all the way over there. As you guys can see, riding a beautiful horse. And it's fairly fast. I was thinking, been watching a lot of the Lord of the Rings extra stuff, and because I've been reading the books and all that, and one of the things I really wanted to do was to make a huge horse barn. Careful. Because the men of Rohan, no. There you go. Float to the surface. Let's go. Because the men of Rohan are horse masters, so they have lots and lots of horses, and their horses are renowned throughout the world. And so one of the things I wanted to do was to gather a bunch of horses and to make a very long, almost Viking-looking building to house them. So I'm in the process of making a huge wheat farm over here. I caught all the horses in this area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big, large building of thatched, with a thatched roof, and it's going to be full of these horses. So, there we go. So already we've got a bunch of wheat, but I'm going to keep making it over the course of the next little bit. But as you guys can see, if that's not the recipe for thatched roof, it's the 9x9 or the 3x3, and that's going to take a lot of time. But just to give you an idea of how big this thing is going to be, I need to find the wood. There it is. This is sort of the beginnings of the frame. It's going to be 13 in width, and I don't even know how long in length. But that's the other piece right there. So I'm going to turn a lot of this land right now into sort of wheat. And then what I'm going to do at the end of it is I'm going to take all the seeds. And I'm going to make a few farms in this plain around the area. And these are going to be humongous little wheat farms. And I'm going to have a wheat, a potato, and a... carrot farm. And the difference between this and what I've done in the past is this one is going to be just decoration. It's not supposed to be any sort of I guess what you would call a I don't even know what the word is that I'm thinking of. I guess a game. It's not going to be made so that, you know, the game can be enhanced by it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. The things I like about this particular land in general is that we are going to be able to really see these mountains, and we can't see the keep that way, so it kind of gives this perspective that this is the home. And one of the things I want to do for sure is more towards that way on this hill. I want to have sort of the town piece of this. So, you know, you're going to have this really long horse barn right here and some farms out this way and that. And I want to have a road that comes up and around and up here, and then bam, the city's going to be right there. Maybe not a city, but we'll start off with a little bit of a town. Hi, creeper. And we'll see where it goes from here. Now, interestingly enough, somewhere in the middle of this spot, yeah, I think it's right over here, is a forest biome. Or flowered forest, I think. No? Apparently not. But we've got all these tulips, which I don't remember ever being grown in this sort of area, so that's cool. Now, the world download does have a lot of these horses and stuff, so you can go through them. But today, I want to spend some time getting this wheat harvested. And from there, we're going to do a little bit more planting, I think. And one of the things I like about the thatched roof, I'll show you guys it, is right here, what we can do is we can, I believe, yep, just like that, is sort of have it just grow, and we can either do it that way, like you see there, which I like because it has a nice red look, and I like that. Or, since we sort of have a horizontal look almost, if we do a vertical look like this, up the top of it, that wouldn't look too bad either. But the reason why I like doing it on the side is because you don't get this top piece. It's pretty much all the way around, and this becomes on the side, which is going to be broken up anyways by a log. So you guys will see what I'm thinking when we build it, but right now I just want enough wheat to really get the thatched roof going, because we're going to need a lot of it. So let's go ahead and trash this wheat farm like no tomorrow. And we will be getting a lot of wheat off of this. And a lot of seeds, which is more what I'm looking for right now. But I just wanted to make a lot of this land tilled ground and a lot of that, so that I could, at the very least, get the wheat down. And then what I want to do in the future is convert some of it to a potato and carrot farm, and the rest of it is just going to stay sort of wheat and or housing. So most of the land on the outside here I just want to be growing beautiful, nice, pristine things. The other thing I was thinking of is possibly doing a melon farm, and that would be pretty sweet. Get a little melon farm going, and have a pumpkin and all that. But that would have to be on a hill, because that's usually the way you build it, is sort of like a hill. Although I have seen pumpkin patches and stuff like that, so I guess it doesn't have to. Doesn't need to be on a hill. Oh god, we're gonna need so much of it. Take a nap. It's hard work doing this. Look at all this. So much. So much. But we're going to need a lot of thatched roof. And I don't perceive... I mean, it's not going to be as much as I think it is, because it's just a roof. And usually when you build a building, which this is going to be a simple building anyways, you're going to have to, like, really make a lot of blocks if you're going to use it. But with the roofs, you don't really need that much of the material. One of the things I'm not doing with this particular build, just because it is such a simple type of build, is I'm not going to bring it into creative. With smaller builds, it's a lot harder to get done, and I think people nowadays are so like into the micro or the macro building that I think if you want to get a good foothold in something, making a small build that's sort of like a micro build that looks amazing and incredible. Oh crap. Trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. I should have... There we go, pork chops. Making a micro build, I think, is in and of itself one of the undermined skills that some people can have. So, because people, like I said, I mean, it is hard to make a big build. You need some skill and talent, but in the grand scheme of things, the bigger you build, the better your build is going to look, because you're able to go a little more in depth. Because if you did a 1-to-1 scale of something, it's going to be a lot easier to build it than a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1. Okay, that's what I thought. Didn't have nearly enough. Let's see how much we get from just this alone. From there, we'll go figure out the rest. Okay. 45 and then 46. Not bad. Not everything that I want from it, but it'll do for sure. So now I just gotta plan all this crap again, but I'm not gonna do that on camera. What I am gonna do is I'd like to put down some more tilled ground, and we need a bucket for that. One of the more difficult tasks of doing something like this is covering the entire ground as much as you possibly can, and the tilled ground and the wheat and all that stuff. So, but it must be done. I could have gone somewhere else, but this seemed close at the time. The other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get rid of a lot of this tall grass, and it is a good ambient thing, but as far as just I guess the looks of it, it gets in the way. And ever since he added the too tall grass, that makes it even worse. Like I said, I like it as a piece to look out into a field, but man, when you're actually trying to build something in it, it is the worst. So I can't wait to be able to see this plane without something in the way. I'm gonna add another little piece right here for us, so we don't have to worry about that. Been watching you guys with your likes and stuff like that, and I think you guys are really enjoying this building stuff that we're doing. And I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit, because maybe you guys are like, well, Jay, we finally found something that you really like, that we really like you building, and then you changed it on us. So one of the things I don't want to do, that I think a lot of Minecrafters and Let's Players and all that stuff do, is they build this nice area and all that stuff, and you're like really into it. But then you sort of lose your focus and go and drain yourself out on that one area. Especially if you don't have ambition necessarily for that particular part of the area. You know, you'll dry yourself out trying to think of things to do. And if you just go to another area and think about, okay, well, I like this area. How am I going to style it? How am I going to make it look pleasing to the eye? How am I going to go about what I want to build? Then you start to, I think, come to the place where you realize what I think really should be, I guess, a skill of the Let's Players is you don't necessarily need to fully build an area yet. You can go back to it and you can say, okay, well, I want to add this here. Maybe I don't want this here. And that way your audience isn't bored. Because I think easily you guys can get bored with a specific area. Even something that looks amazing is, oh man, he's doing another episode with the keep. You know, when is he going to go back to this? Or when is he going to do this? And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to be in pretty much, I guess, a forever, what's the word I'm looking for? Suspension. We're going, okay, well, what are we going to do today? Where are we going to go? And if I get inspiration for the castle or for the keep, I want to be able to go over there and say, hey guys, look what I did, and look what we're gonna do today, and for you guys to be able to say, oh sweet, he's back at the keep again, and he's gonna, oh yeah, I remember what I was doing there, and he's gonna be doing some stuff there. So it's sort of one of these things where I hope you guys are gonna understand, and I think you will, of why I'm so interested in staying out of the keep for right now and moving on to another area. And more than likely I'm going to finish the horse barn before I move on to something else, just because I want to get these horses somewhere. However, after that I might work on something right over here. I might work on a farm. Once again, the farms, the fields are going to be easy for the most part, because it's pretty much just what I'm doing right now is placing blocks, in a sense, over the top of the hill here, and nothing really more in depth than that. But as far as the houses go, I'm gonna have to make thatched roofs for those as well, just to sort of keep with the theme, the reoccurring theme that you've got going on, to make it look really nice. But you know, once it's done, the village is going to be out here, and then we can start working on the inside there, and that I want to be more along the lines of stone, and less along the lines of a thatched roof sort of thing. So I mean, but we'll see, because if I really like the way the thatched roof looks, I might start building some of the buildings out of the thatched roof. So it all depends on what I feel like will look good in those cases. So I think I'm gonna have to do another little bit right there. So BOO did do this at one point in time, but I'm going more along the lines of bigger and less use for the actual field, and more along the lines of making it look incredible. So and right now this is for use because I need to cut it all down, but I'm also, like I said, trying to make the entire area look like it's used. Before I go, because this is gonna probably be the end of the episode right here, one of the other things I want to accomplish, and find an area to do it in that's not around here, an area that's kind of gives me no inspiration, is I want to dig up the area, and maybe it's probably going to be in a desert, and line the top with netherrack. And what I want to do is I want to create a nether brick or a nether fortress style building in that area, or a castle of some sort, an evil castle that I can have. So that's going to be something on my mind that I want to do, to see you guys are well prepared of a few different ideas that I've got floating in my head of things we should do. I'm in no rush to go defeat the Ender Dragon. I hope you guys aren't in any rush. Hope you guys are enjoying these episodes, and the sort of talks that we're having. This has probably been a long episode. Holy crap. But productive nonetheless, and I just wanted to kind of make this sort of a talk episode so that we could touch base and sort of get to know what is coming up in the future. So certainly I'm not going to be doing this next episode. Next episode I'm hoping to have a frame down, and I want to make that roof on camera with you guys, so that we can get this thing accomplished and done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe as always, and happy mining and crafting.